This is the big story that has played through the day today. There was high drama in Surat, in Gujarat. The who's who of the Congress party descended on the city as Rahul Gandhi appeared in court. This included his sister Priyanka Gandhi. Now, Mr. Gandhi had two different appeals at the district court. One was to extend his bail, which the court did, and the second was to suspend his conviction. Now, the district court has issued a notice to Purnesh Modi, who is the complainant in the defamation case. He's also a BJP MLA. He has time until April 10th to file his reply. Rahul Gandhi's appeal against his conviction will be next taken up on April 13th. His bail has been extended till then. So that's the legal and technical side of what happened today. But politically, there was so much more. Take a look at the pictures. Normally, the convicts don't really go themselves to file an appeal in higher courts, especially high-profile ones like Rahul Gandhi. There's simply no need for it. Yet, that's exactly what the Congress party organized. A dramatic and powerful show of support for their disqualified leader. It started right in the morning with pictures of Rahul Gandhi and his sister Priyanka Gandhi on a plane. We'll put that picture out for you as well. They were accompanied by a massive entourage of Congress leaders. On the ground in Surat, there was more support. 3 Congress chief ministers flew in to be part of the Congress entourage: Ashok Gehlot, Bhupesh Baghel, and Sukhvinder Singh Sukhi. Once the bail was extended, the leaders triumphantly walked out of court. It was a well-choreographed campaign, tailor-made for the internet and for television. But the question is, will it actually help Rahul Gandhi? Because remember, a bail will not help him, and neither will a suspension of sentence. The only thing that can reverse Rahul Gandhi's Lok Sabha disqualification is a stay on his conviction. Rahul himself reacted to the bail order on Twitter. He called his court case a fight to save democracy. He said that truth will be his weapon in this fight.
ने आज अपील फाइल की गई। कोर्ट ने अपील को एडमिट कर लिया और कोर्ट ने उनको फ्रेश बेल दे दिया। 15,000 का बेल दिया गया। He has been released on bail, and now the further hearing of the matter would be held on 13th April, and the complainant has to file his reply by 10th of April. That's the whole procedure that was adopted. आज इतना ही हुआ है और अब जो कुछ सुनवाई होगी वो 13 अप्रैल को होगी।
Matters of such nature which are there before the court, I think what is to be expected and what is not, that's a different point. The law is taking its course, let it take its course.
But do you think the kind of show of strength that Congress has shown near Surat court today, do you think it was right? Because BJP is saying that was to pressurize the judiciary.
Who's pressurizing the judiciary? Who's talking about pressurizing the judiciary? They will first ask the question to themselves.
जो बीजेपी कहती कि राहुल गांधी को इतना ताकझाम लेके क्या आने की जरूरत थी। आपने जो गलत किया है ये लोगों को पता तो चले। राहुल गांधी ये देश की जनता के लिए लड़ रहे हैं। जिन लोगों ने देश की जनता का पैसा लेके भागे उस मोदियों के बारे में बोला और एक गलत उनके ऊपर आरोप लगाकर जिस तरह से उनका सदस्यत्व रद्द किया गया लोकसभा का, उनको बेघर कर दिया गया है और इसलिए जनता खुद यहाँ पर आई है और इसका नतीजा बीजेपी को और नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार को भुगतना पड़ेगा।
गांधी परिवार के लिए अलग कानून होना चाहिए। पता नहीं ये मानसिकता से कैसे देश चलेगा। कोर्ट के पास सारा विषय है, अदालत की निर्णय से ही ये बात आई है। अगर निर्णय लगेगा अदालत को सुधारना है तो वो करेंगे और आगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक है मामला।
To our guests who are joining us this evening, we have a BJP spokesperson, Pathania, who will be with us in just a bit, still not through. We have Mathew Antony, who is a Congress spokesperson, with us on the broadcast. Mr. Mathew Antony, can I please ask you why this show of strength in Surat? Where was the need for 3 chief ministers, who I'm sure have other more pressing matters to attend to take time out and accompany Mr. Gandhi all the way to Surat? When we all know that even Mr. Gandhi didn't need to show up at Surat, his lawyers could have done the job.
Look, this is a fight which we have clearly communicated that this is not a fight for Rahul Gandhi. This is a fight to save the democracy. So we have to demonstrate the communication to the people of India that the democracy is under threat, the democracy is under attack. So the BJP's communication, or the BJP is communicating and others are singing the same song with them, saying that judiciary is put under pressure. Anybody with some sort of common sense, some sort of a reason can understand that even if a lack of people come in front of the judiciary or in front of the court, the judiciary will have to follow the process of law. So how does how does 3 chief ministers or how does 100,000 people in front of the court will pressurize the judiciary? That's a very childish question to even ask, because how can you say that is this the way the BJP is influencing the judiciary? That is a question which I want to ask the BJP guys. That is this the way you are handling judiciary? Because Madan Lokur, in a statement or in an article in The Wire after his retirement, has accused the BJP government and the then Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi of 3 charges. One is the accepting the sealed cover, which is violating all the laws. There is no legal procedure to accept a sealed cover document, which is not an affidavit, which is nothing there, and it is a factual misrepresentation. Then the transfer of judges, then the changing of the dates according to the wish of the government. So who is influencing the judiciary? It's not us. It's the BJP who is pressurizing the judiciary.
Mr. Pathania, would you want to respond to that? And the question will come to you because out of the blue, the BJP is coming and saying that the show of strength that we are seeing of the Congress party in Surat today is an attempt to pressurize the judiciary. How is people showing up in Surat or showing up outside court an attempt to pressurize the judiciary, sir?
Absolute puerility without sense and rather without common sense. Navigate on part of the Congress. Congress has proved that it's a party of the dynasty, by the dynasty and for the dynasty. They have 2 parameters. One for Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, one for Mr. P. Chidambaram, one for the former Prime Minister, Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, and one for the one belonging to the silver spoon, born with a silver spoon, or born with a Gandhi spoon in his mouth. But I want to convey here. You see, if gimmickry would have been able to solve the affairs of the state, India by now would have turned into a happy oasis of a state. And Congress is caught right from day one. The judgment was announced by the Metropolitan Magistrate. Congress was all hammer and tongs against the judiciary. Judiciary did it like that. First of all, the court was stayed. Then he was. One of the spokesmen said that he was an order was obtained. Oh my God, an order was procured. And today, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the LOP of the Congress and Lok Sabha, is saying that we will not bow before Amit Shah, but we will bow before the judiciary. This is purely a fox pass. You want to engage the country on assumptions, on conjectures, on surmises, on half facts, which is absolutely unethical. It is inadmissible, unjustified, and legally also, I'll say, very, very strange. And the Honorable Court should also take a stern view of it. What the 3 chief ministers have to do? What was the deed to make a parade when he was not even legally required to be himself present before the court? Why? There's a staggering period. They wanted to engage the people in a sort of false narrative. What they want to do? Please.
But Mr. Pathania, this is politics, right? Politics is about optics as well. Like when when a new wing of the BJP headquarters has to open, the Prime Minister comes, the entire top brass of the BJP comes. Now you would say, where is the need? Where is the need for the Home Minister to come? Where is the need for the Prime Minister to inaugurate one wing of the BJP headquarters? Where is the need for all ministers to leave whatever they are doing and coming? It's about optics, right? Politics is about optics. It is about show of strength. If the BJP can do it, so can the Congress party. Why criticize them?
Shreya, very simple one-liner to Congress, that law was taking its own course. As per the law prevalent, anybody who's convicted with an offense, with a punishment and a sentence, 2 years or more than 2 years, he has to face disqualification. The Lakshadweep MP faced, 6 other parliamentarians faced, and one Rahul Gandhi faced. They tried to create a nation. But where was the need? Where was the need to add political adjunctions and adjectives to the entire story? Why didn't it was done on day one? Why didn't on day one Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, he said it today, that we will bow before the judiciary.
That's a good question.
Allow the law to take its own course. Why this duplicity? Why they didn't allow
Mr.
the
Pathania,
parliament?
that is a good question and that is a good point.
That's what. Why did they want to?
Wait. As far as parliament functioning and being allowed to function, I will say this. No, I will say this. The parliament not functioning is the parliament not functioning, sir, is because of the opposition, yes, but also because of the government. The government has done its best not to let the parliament function.
But never disrupted.
And this is the first time we are seeing a scenario like that. But, given the fact that the opposition is also to blame, so I guess, everything is kosher. Only the taxpayer, becomes a fool, and all our money is going waste every day that parliament doesn't function. Kal bhi chutti hai ab. Yes, Mr. Antony, you wanted to say something. It's a good question that the BJP is raising and Mr. Pathania is raising. He hasn't answered my question, but he's raising a counter question where he's saying, "Bhai, itni der mein jaane ki kya zarurat thi? You could have, if you had to file an appeal, you could have filed it the next day. Why did you wait for 10 days and created so much drama and optics and then go to court?"
Nigma.
So you are also, as we say, uthawing fayda in Hindi of the judgment that the Surat court has given.
Shreya, I'm not surprised that the BJP person has not answered the question, because they never have the habit of answering a question. They will always go and answer it differently. The second thing is, if at all you have observed, Dilip Ghosh, the BJP spokesperson, who came in just before the show started here, said that Mamla Supreme Court tak jayega. How can he be sure that it goes up till the Supreme Court? Has he got a message from the Chief Judicial Magistrate that it is going to get rejected? How can he so surely say that it will go to the Supreme Court? So who is working with the judiciary, Congress or BJP? The second question is, the judgment was in Gujarati, a 170-page judgment, and then we have to study the matter, and then only we have to respond in a careful manner, because the local standi of 202 by the Chief Judicial Magistrate should have been conducted even before the case should have been admitted in the Chief Judicial Magistrate, because the jurisdiction was there or not, he should have investigated. That was not even done. So there are so many things, which we had to legally look into it before we respond.
Matthew,
so that's the reason why we took it.
Matthew,
the second, yes, Shreya.
Matthew,
yes.
The legal eagle, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who's looking at the case, was on an interview with me last week, and even he admitted that there has been an unusual delay in filing a reply. And the fact is, every second leader in the Congress party is a lawyer, and a high-profile, successful lawyer. Please don't tell me that they could have not moved on the appeal within 24 hours of the Surat court's judgment. I will not buy that, Mathew Antony. That's simply not true, given the sort of arsenal you have of lawyers in the Congress party. This clearly was an attempt to ensure that there is some degree of sympathy that is whipped up for Rahul Gandhi. And as I said, this is politics. Every political party will try and do it. But Mr. Antony, will the Congress manage to keep the momentum on the sympathy wave? And how do you think it's going to benefit you electorally? You can keep saying this is a fight for democracy, etc. But ultimately, the aim of every political party is to win an election. And in this case, the election that is coming up is a Karnataka election, where the Congress is very well poised, just by the way.
Yes, we are definitely going to win the election, but there are certain things which is beyond election. There are certain equities in the politics, which is about a fair democracy, which is about a fair judicial system, which is about a fair freedom of rights, for the people. And that's exactly what we are fighting for. Because there's no case, in the particular case of Rahul Gandhi, but this is political vendetta which is playing out there. So that's exactly what we are fighting. If BJP uses the entire revenge vendetta as well as the AD, CBI and all other things to handle their opponents, then how will the country have a freedom and a social justice and a social environment which is safe? That's exactly the fight which we are doing. So there are things in politics which is beyond elections. Because now what we see in the country is that the machismo image, and as well as the bold and strong things which is working for the BJP to their advantage in many places, is not actually a good thing for the democracy, because in democracy, we need to exist with differing views. The coexistence of differing views is very important for the survival of democracy. That's exactly being completely damaged by the BJP.
Okay.
That's what we are fighting for.
Well, the Prime Minister today has said that the Prime Minister today has patted the CBI on its back and said that they are doing a good job and they should just ignore all the political pressure that comes to them and continue doing their good job. We'll leave it there for the moment. Matthew, good to have you on the show. Mr. Pathania, this was a short chat. Thank you very much for joining us as well. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's see how the pictures that are playing out today from Surat impact what's happening in Bangalore. We are moving on now to Mumbai.